I love my bell. Welcome, Rotarians and visiting guests. I'm so happy to be back with you today. I'm going to make just a few comments before we have our song. I want to thank you so much for supporting me when I went on my wonderful vacation with my mom, dad, sister, Evan, and Charlie. But as you know from last week, we returned sick. My mom and dad on day 8 and 9 of the cruise were diagnosed with COVID and had to isolate. And sadly, they went to the onboard medical facility and were charged $7,000 for just a couple-hour visit and a diagnosis. So that's a different story. But we had a phenomenal time the first 8 days, and I learned some interesting facts about my parents. They were selected to participate in the newlywed game. Married 59 years. Ooh. The middle couple married 16, and then a set of newlyweds. Well, my parents got every question right, and they won, but I learned some choice things about the van that we had when I was a child that shouldn't be repeated, but it was really funny. And then when I returned, while I didn't have COVID, I did not feel well last Wednesday morning. And I talked to Leslie, and we applied the 4-way test on whether or not I should attend Rotary, and we decided that I should not risk exposing anybody to what I might have. And while it wasn't COVID, it was strep throat, but I've been on antibiotics, so everybody's safe, I assure you. But it reminded me of another quote that I love, and this one's by Eleanor Roosevelt. And it is, "You wouldn't worry so much about what people think of you if you realize how seldom they do." Because I sat there, that's a good one, yeah. Because I really did sit there, and I struggled because while I felt I should stay home, I was so concerned that you all would feel that I lacked dedication in honoring my commitment to you as president. And I assure you, I absolutely adore ringing the bell and leading the way, and I'm just so grateful that you selected me. So thank you again for the honor of serving. It's a real privilege. And I want to thank past President Carl Salas for leading the meeting on August 2nd. And then, of course, our past president serving last week in my absence when I was sick. I'm very grateful to Sal Pizarro. But in looking at the video and the pictures, I realized I missed a really good time. And Larry Stone, I don't think I've ever seen you look so good as you did in that wig for Auntie. It was pretty amazing. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. And then one note, on some of the tables, you will see a Rotary card that says "Spread Hope in the World." For those of you who have one of the cards on your table, if you could just hold it up. This is for past President Stu Park. As some of you may know, 4.5 years ago, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And recently he suffered a fall, and he is in a recovery facility. And while he's not accepting visitors, his wife Sandy would greatly appreciate cards. So if you could take a moment to sign the card on your table and then to pass it to an adjacent table, we would be grateful, and we will make sure that those reach Sandy and that she can read them to Stu. There's also 2 on a table outside, and Sandy asked that I read you the following message, so please forgive me for reading verbatim. Quote, "We talk about Rotary all the time, and we think of everyone as family. And it was part of our life we will never forget. Some are truly beloved in our lives, but we miss you all. So please take a moment to honor Stu, his service, and our love for him by signing that card." Now with that, I'd like to call Nicholas Adams to the stage to lead us in singing. And I'm going to hide like usual.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to make sure that we also thank Aunt Beulah for participating in our meeting, right? That was pretty fun. Aunt Beulah Salas, thank you. Okay, would you all please rise and join me in "God Bless America" today? You know the words I expect to hear. All of you. All of you. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam, God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. What a beautiful choir.
Thank you, Madam President. I keep wondering when I'll stop getting goosebumps when he leads that beautiful singing. It's just an incredible moment to share with all of you. And now I'd like to thank our greeting line of Red Badgers today. We're so pleased to see you all and that you're sitting at tables with napkins and getting to know those around you. And please always remember that a lot of our service is done in the committees, so be sure to learn about the 44 committees that we offer because there's something that will appeal to everybody. Today we are celebrating birthdays. This day we have Greg Kepferly, Al Moore, and Jay Ross. Happy birthday to all of you, and then of course the names on the other side are those that celebrate from tomorrow to next Wednesday. So I wish you all a joyous occasion and hope that you enjoy time with family and friends. And now we will have guest introductions, and we had a little change. Our red badge traveling mics will be led by Daniel Zazueta, and unfortunately Lorenzo Rios is sick today, but Holly Elkins has agreed to step into his place. Holly, if you could take a moment to briefly introduce yourself, I'd appreciate that.
Great. Thank you, President Karen. I appreciate it. My name is Holly Elkins. I am the proud president at Presentation High School. We started school this week, and I'm delighted to be taking a little break to spend my afternoon with all of you. And I'm especially grateful for Gary Giannini, who is my sponsor. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Daniel?
Thank you, President Karen. My name is Daniel Zazueta. I am, my co-sponsors are the Honorable Tom Hastings and my father, past President Fernando, and I am a senior Deputy City Attorney for the City of San Jose. Thank you.
Wonderful. We're so glad you joined. All right, visiting Rotarians and those with guests, please stand and introduce yourself. We'll alternate from side to side here. Let's start with you, Daniel. There you go.
I'm visiting Rotarian. Oh, great. Start with you. I'm Tammy Janisic, visiting Rotarian from the Passport Club.
Ah, nice to have you.
President Karen, Randy Zeckman, Clean Solar. As you all know, I'm a big fan of ELC, and I have an ELC alumni that's attending with us today. Her name is Christina Barbar Askar, and she is in the water space, and so is very interested to hear the speaker today.
Well, welcome, and thank you for returning with us.
Hello, President Karen. I'm happy to present my friend and program manager, Vanessa Onsuris, and at Christmas in the Park.
Welcome, Vanessa.
President Karen, good afternoon. It's my pleasure today to present the remarkable Darlene Tennis, the founder of the Farm Worker Caravan.
Darlene, we are most grateful for your tremendous efforts, and it's a privilege to be able to support the caravan this coming Saturday. More words on that later.
Hi, President Karen. I'm excited to introduce my sister, Erin Tennisgetter, who is the Executive Vice President at Tennisgetter Development, leading our property management team, and also my brother, Adam Tennisgetter, who is President at Tennisgetter Construction, and it's also his birthday today.
Well, happy birthday. Now, as you might know, my theme for the year, as you see everywhere, is We Are Family. So welcome to the family members. We're so glad you're here. Yes.
Malolele, my name is Kasanita Ofa. I'm from Rotary Club of Nuku'alofa in Tonga, and we're part of Rotary District 9920. Thank you.
And thank you. We have a flag for you at the end of today's program, so please be sure to come and receive that flag. Yes. Councilmember Pam.
President Karen, welcome back. I'm glad you're feeling well, and I love your theme of We Are Family. It just actually wants me to break out a song, which I won't do right now and bore you with all of that. I'm honored first to introduce my Chief of Staff, Scott Hughes is here with me. I'd also like to introduce Therese, who's with Sabore as well, and Vanessa, Justin, and TJ, who are all with Trash Punks, and we're here to honor and listen to our speaker today, Sabore. Thank you.
I don't see anybody else. Okay. Holly, good luck when you return to school this week. I hope the students are pleased to be with you. And Daniel, I know Noah starts school tomorrow, so good luck for that. Just a little note about little Charlie, my girl. She started 6th grade in middle school last Thursday, and a parent's dream came true. When I picked her up, not only did she hug me, okay, that deserves almost a round of applause, but she said, "Mommy, it was the best day of my school life. It was so much fun, and it was better than elementary school." I only pray that continues. All right, Matt Bell, come on up and give us a membership update, please. Hustle, hustle.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. I'm still chuckling about the comment that you could possibly lack dedication to anything. If you know Karen, you know that that's impossible. Here with my monthly update on membership. As you saw the last time, our goal is 40, like we did a little more. We did a little more than that last year, but the stretch goal is 55. So I'm going with the 55, and we're off to a good start. Four total members thus far in the first couple of months. And then again, Mr. Dearden with another great recruit this past month, Leslie, that's a typo, Gardino, joined as well. So we're doing great. I want to remind you about the Why Aren't They in Rotary campaign that we're taking on. We're asking you to be thinking about that and asking people, why aren't you in Rotary? We know that so often people say, well, no one ever asked me. So this is the time to ask. The good news is, from years past and from recent additions to it, we've got a list of about 250 prospects, people that aren't in the club and are noticeably absent. And so my committee is working on some of these, but if others come to mind, please do send them to me. I'm in the book, send me a note, and ideally you could do a warm introduction. I think that the first time I introduced this, we just want anybody, if the committee's like, no, dude, let's have them at least do a warm introduction. That would be really helpful. So if you know anybody that maybe you just don't want to have the conversation on Rotary, and you can refer them to us, we welcome that. And there's my email address there. Just some reminders. We have a brand new application that's been updated, so if that is, it's in the bulletin every week, and I'm not sure, Leslie, if the one online is updated now. We're having some problems with that. Okay, so it's not fillable, but the one that comes in the bulletin every week is the correct one and is. So please utilize that one. It's been some key updates. We think a better application now. And of course, all prospects need to attend 2 meetings. We've got the free lunch benefit, right? If you have someone that you want to bring in who might be a member, and you call ahead to the office, that person will have lunch for free, but just the first time that they come. So let's use that. And again, if you have applications, once they're signed, please send them directly to Leslie. And then again, I just want to recognize the whole committee. We've got some great new members this year. You can see them by those who are asterisked. So thank you all to the committee for the good work that you're doing, and let's keep it going. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. And now one of the greatest times in our Rotary meetings, we're introducing a new member. Megan Tennisgetter, please join us up here. She's sponsored by Arthur Weisbrot and John Ball. Judge, take it away.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sure. Well, it is our great honor to introduce Megan Tennisgetter, our newest member, to you. Megan grew up in the Santa Cruz Mountains and attended Presentation High School. She graduated from the University of Notre Dame with a degree in business. She then returned to San Jose and began working at the Thomas Kincaid Company in Morgan Hill. Remember Thomas Kincaid? As a corporate relations and events coordinator. She moved to San Francisco, where she worked at the Alumni Center at UC Berkeley's Law School. Megan then began working at Tennisgetter Construction in 2011, where she began as a project coordinator. And then she became the Director of Marketing and Administration. In 2021, Megan, her brother Adam, and business partner Taylor Nordberg purchased the construction company from Chuck Tennisgetter. In 2022, Megan was named the CEO of Tennisgetter Construction. As CEO, Megan oversees all operations and leads the company's client relationship department and marketing efforts and strategizing the long-term outlook for the company. Megan has backpacked solo throughout Europe, as well as Japan, Vietnam, and Cambodia. Picture her solo in Cambodia. Megan has completed 2 marathons and also completed a 50,000 cross-country ski race in Anchorage, Alaska. Megan lives with her partner of 14 years, Aaron Hurst, and their 2 cats in downtown San Jose. Aaron is a computer scientist and works at OpenAI. He and Megan met in San Francisco at Pub Trivia. Megan and Aaron have traveled together to many countries, including Chile, Turkey, Myanmar, and they've gone on several multi-day whitewater rafting trips, including through the Grand Canyon and most recently on the Green River in Utah. Please welcome Megan Tonisketter.
She wrote it.
Well, you did a good job writing about this.
Thank you, Arthur, for that great introduction, and thank you, both you and John, for sponsoring me. My dad would love to be here today, but unfortunately he is recovering from surgery, doing well, but he is on Zoom. So hi, Dad, and hi, Mom.
Yay, we love daddies.
Yeah. So thank you. I'm excited to get involved in this club and give something back to this community, which has given our family so much. Thank you very much.
Quick picture. John, quick picture over here. There we go. That's impressive, right? That's, wow, incredible to have you. And I remember many years ago when your dad received an award from this club, and it's been an honor to know your family for over a decade. And now we've got some red badgers turning into blue badgers today. So please join me up here so that we can have this exciting moment. This is my first time doing this, so it's a little bit sloppy, but Ava Lee, Alan Williams, and Suzanne Wolf are all receiving their blue badges. Congratulations. We're so glad to see you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even look. Alan, congratulations. And Ava. Nice to see you. Okay, just turn around real quickly. We look forward to learning what you do as a Blue Badger and what committees you're active in. So congratulations once again. And now I have a sad announcement. As some of you may have known, our beloved member, Shelley McNamara, who's been with us since 1988, passed away. We will have a eulogy next week that will be delivered by her dear friend, Yvonne Montes de Oca. But may we please just have a moment of silence in honor of Shelley. Thank you. And to that end, we will be starting the meeting 5 minutes early next week so that we can have a proper time to remember her and a eulogy for all that she contributed to our club, our community, and beyond. And this reminds me to always be present for this moment because we never know when our last will be. And that is hurtful. But Shelley, we honor you, and we look forward, Yvonne, to your eulogy. Couple of highlights from the past week. As I mentioned earlier, our service is really done in committees, and we had some exciting events. The Los Amigos Committee welcomed teachers back to school. As you can see from the slide, we had a lot of red badge participation, and a special thank you to Audrey Fox and Sarah Janigan for planning and delivering that event. It's so important to show the support that we have for our teachers, particularly in the Title I schools where the preponderance of students are on free or reduced lunch and the resources are limited and restricted. So thank you to that committee for making such a wonderful event for the teachers. It's very exciting. You can learn more about this committee to our Red Badgers by talking to Sarah and Audrey Fox. So thank you. We also had the Culinary and Hospitality Committee reception that was hosted by past President Cindy Faulkner. Apparently, it was a rousing success with almost 40 people. They had a great time. They always do. And I'm reminded that they're always looking for new members. Right now, they're 30 members strong, but they are the ones that really bring the pizzazz to many of our events. So please consider joining that committee or at least learning more. A reminder that we have the Farm Workers Caravan this coming Saturday. I am delighted to tell you all that you have donated over $7,500 toward gift cards, not to mention several bags of items to be delivered. You can continue to donate online. You can leave items here, or you can go to History Park on Friday, August 18th from 2 to 6 p.m. Now, a special thank you to Jeff Poley, who created the following video that I am going to show. There's also a flyer on your table with the QR code and additional information. If you have any questions or any confusion, please see Darlene, who is sitting right here and was introduced. She'll also be at the table in the lobby. And again, a very special thank you to Richard Alejandro and Fernando Zazueta for leading this effort, which is so critically important. Yes. But that's not the only event this weekend. We have a lot of opportunities. So if you can't be a part of the caravan, but you still have some time to contribute, our Unhoused Committee is hosting the hygiene kit assembly at Block Construction on Saturday the 19th from 8:30 to 11 a.m. They always welcome people to assist. It's a family-friendly event, so come on out to either the caravan or the hygiene kit assembly on Saturday. And then if you still want more, on Sunday we have the Rotary Scavenger Hunt. There's also a flyer on your table for that. This is a family-friendly, free event that's hosted by our Fun and Friendship Committee that's led by Committee Chair Whiskey Doug, is like how I like to refer to him. And that is at 1 p.m. and will last approximately 20 minutes. So lots of opportunity for engagement. And a comment about Maui. Many of you have reached out to me with questions about what we will be doing and how we are going to support our Rotarians. So we met yesterday. Terry Chapman, Terry, raise your hand, please. She's the chair of our Disaster Relief Committee, and she, Leslie, and I met to talk about options. We all have a two-pronged approach to how we support. The first is led by District 5000, which is in Maui, and their district governor released the following message. District 5000's strategy is to help and support long-term relief efforts. When other emergency relief groups leave, Rotary is here. This gives them an opportunity to assess needs and develop a stronger plan with greater impact. He's going to partner with other clubs to maximize support, and he's confirmed that he's in constant contact with the 9 clubs on Maui and noted that 3 of the Lahaina club presidents lost their homes to fires. Ugh, that's devastating. As we know, the rebuilding and recovery will last months, if not years. So if you would like to contribute to the Maui Relief Fund that's put together by District 5000, you may do that. According to our district governor, Hung Wei, there will be an email blast sent out to everybody with information on how to do that. Separately and directly aligned with our club and disaster relief committee, Terry is looking into options and talking with club members to find out what would be helpful to them after all of this kind of energy starts to dissipate, where we can come in and support a longer-term project. On Thursday, we will be putting a link up to donate to the Maui relief efforts that our club will undertake. So you have 2 opportunities to support. But I assure you that we are in contact with the district governor, and we are looking for ways to assist, because that's what we do. Now I'd like to, sorry guys. Little reminder, the fall barbecue is right around the corner. There will be no meeting that day. This will be Wednesday, September 14th. and it is always a lot of fun and a major highlight of our year. There are sign-up tables in the lobby. There's also, I believe, a flyer on your table. And thank you, Emily Robin, for creating a brand-new dynamic flyer. It's really engaging, a lot of fun. So think about that. We hope you will sign up for $70 per person. And now this week's speaker will be introduced by our program committee chair, Charlie McCollum. Charlie, come on up. And we're right on time. Seriously, it's 12:40. We are exactly on time. I love this.
Thanks, President Karen. Nice to have you back. Carl and Sal were okay, but good afternoon, everybody. Our speaker today is a Maasai warrior and elder. He has been a senior advisor to his community and elders since graduating from high school, using his schooling and warrior training to stress the importance of school and preserving cultural traditions. Now a cultural ambassador for Kenya, he has traveled extensively to raise awareness of the struggles of his homeland and the beauty of the nomadic culture of the Maasai people. While participating in Global Leaders for Justice at Santa Clara University, he was inspired to begin a program to build schools and install over 400 wells in his community. Would you please welcome our speaker today and our fellow Rotarian, Sabore Ole Oyie.
Jambo. Jambo means hello. My name's Sabore Ole Oyie. I'm from Kenya. I'm a Maasai because in Kenya we have many tribes. We have about 44 tribes, and we all speak different languages, so I am a Maasai by the tribe. I am so happy to be here. Thank you very much, President of the Rotary, the Rotarians, and Trash Punks, and Vanessa and Therese for giving me this opportunity to come and speak with you. As a Maasai, we live in the jungle, and living in the jungle is a different thing from living in the city. And like what Charlie has said, I have been a Rotarian for about 3 years now, and I'm really happy to be in that community. And being a Rotarian, before that I had some vision, and I had things that I wanted to do for my community. And like what he said, that going to school and becoming an advisor to the community, it's because of going to school and being in the culture. Because I was the first one to finish high school when I was in a group of maybe 3,500 people in my community. And being there, I would see my mom walking to the river to collect water. And I thought what it was the first thing to do is to bring water close to the community. And that is the reason why I started going out and meeting Therese and starting working on bringing clean water to the community. And in 2010, Sabore's well was formed. And we started raising money to build wells. And we were able to raise enough money to build 2 wells. And the first donation that we got from a high school student in Castellea that gave Therese $15. And $15 started the Sabore's well, where we raised enough money to build 2 wells in our community. That will serve about more than 3,000 people in the community. And doing that, we're thinking, what is the next thing to do? The next thing to do is build a school. So that, because the idea behind that was to bring water to the community and free women from working 10, 15 kilometers to collect water and carrying water from their head. Most of the Maasai women have a dentation on their head because they carry a 40 jerrycan pounds. Do you call it pounds, or we say like 20 liters of water on their back for all those kilometers. So the idea was having that water close to the villages and also to free young girls to go to school, because when the mothers go to collect water, the young girls remain at home to help their brothers and sisters take care of them, or maybe go and collect firewood, or maybe go and cook for their brothers or milk their cows. So the idea was to bring water close to the village so that they can get the opportunity to go to school. And we were able to build 2 wells. And then after that, we thought what is the best thing to do is to build a school in the site of the well, so that when the women come and collect water, they can bring their children, leave them in school, and take water home. And then in the evening, when they come for the second time, they can come and take water and take their children to school. And we were able to build a school, which you see from there. We have from pre-primary school, which we call PP1, to grade 3. We have about 98 students at the school right now. And all of them come from the local. Some walk about 5 kilometers to come to school. And they're very fortunate because if you're there, you have to wait until you're 8 or 9 years old to be able to start school. So now the kids in my village start school when they are 4 years old. So it's very, they're very lucky to be able to have a school close to them. And having a school close to them, there's a lot of things that are needed. We take care of, provide them with lunch, provide them with breakfast, porridge, and things like that. And that really makes them to come to school more, and it helps. We provide them with books, pens, and all what is required in school. So we are very grateful for that. And last December, I came to the US, and I always come here to visit, to bring awareness. When I came to the US, I always go to Vanessa's house because I get to eat very good meat. And I happened to be there that day, and that is where I met Justin, who is the founder of Trash Banks. And I met Justin in that day, and I was talking with Justin, and Justin said, oh, this morning we were talking with an organization in Kenya that we want to do recycling of the trash. And I told Justin that, have you connected with them yet? And he said, not yet. And I told him that my town is very bad and we need help. And Justin said, sure, we can do it. And from there, 3 months later, Justin was in Kenya with Vanessa and Therese, who is also the co-founder of Sabore Ole Oyie. She always hide behind the curtain, but she's the big driver of Sabore Ole Oyie. And they came to Kenya and they saw what it was in Narok town. So maybe we can see the little video of Wasonyiro, where I come from. So that is the town I come from. And when Justin came, we did a big thing for a day. We made trash bins for the town. And the trash bins, we made about 30 of them all around the town. But what we did is we called the community. We had about 300 people coming to do the trash collection. And there was a big difference that was made in that day in the town because of people there don't know where to throw stuff. They finish water. Kenya is one of the countries that has banned plastic bags, but they have not banned plastic bottles. So everybody drinks water. We have a market today that happens on Saturday, and there is probably a number of maybe 10,000 people coming to the market. And 10,000 people coming to the market, everybody drinks water, and they don't know. They have no place to throw their bottles. So trash banks with Sabore's Well Corporation together were able to build the trash bins.
We had the amazing opportunity to go to Iwasaniro, Kenya, 10,000 miles away from our hometown of San Jose, California, to be able to bless a community that really needed some help. One of our mission, vision, and values as an organization is to empower innovators that are doing some amazing things outside of our community, outside of what we're doing here in the Bay Area. And because of the amazing donors that we had, we were able to venture out to Kenya to start our amazing global program.
So through the help of trash banks, we were able to raise, we are able to collect about, we use 900 trash bags, and we use to collect and take them to somewhere where they're supposed to be. But all through doing this, through trash banks, it has clicked to the mind of the county government that trash has to go somewhere. Just recently, the county government has given a contract of trash pickups in towns. So it's going to be, I hope when I get back home, there is a truck that is going around to collect the trash. And after that, installing all these trash bins, just maybe about last week, the First Lady of Kenya came to Narok County and brought 100 trash bins. And it was only because of the initiation and the beginning of trash banks coming to the town that they realized that this is something that has to be done. So we are hoping, and this is after cleaning, and we are hoping that everything will probably come into place that we can partner and do better for this community. So I'm really grateful for trash banks for the work that they do and helping also the community around here in the Bay Area. I am really proud of you for what you do. So, thank you very much. We say Asholeng in my tribe. Asholeng means thank you. So, as a Rotarian, I have a small gift for you, the President, from Kenya. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Will you take a couple questions?
Yes.
And I gave him a flag already. I love gifts. Thank you so much. And we have a few minutes for questions. Does anybody have questions? If so, please stand and our traveling mics will come around to you. John Ball. That is so kind. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you earlier. I thank you for being here. I want to ask you a question about the water. And I know not to cross over with boundaries here, but I've supported in the past through World Vision water in Nigeria. And so do you have a plan to partner with one of these larger organizations that will help bring attention to Kenya, like Water in Nigeria did with World Vision? Are you familiar with that?
I'm familiar with the World Vision. I've heard of World Vision.
Okay.
Yes.
You are part of World Vision?
No, we're not part of World Vision. We are Sabore as well.
Okay.
Very small. And yeah, I would love to partner with them to bring water to the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Matt Robin.
Yeah, what is the goal for like the next steps? Are you guys trying to do more wells in more communities, more schools? Like what do you, the next 1 year, 5 years, kind of what's the plan moving forward?
It's a big plan because in 2010 I went through a program in Santa Clara University which was called Global Leaders for Justice. And previously my vision was to have 2 wells in the community. And in 2014 I got the 2 wells. But in 2010 my vision changed from a 2-man well to a 400-man well. So we still have a more vision to be able to build more wells and add schools in every site where we get the well. Yeah, that's our mission. I know it looks big, but it's going to happen.
Wonderful. Fernando, up here, we have a question? Oh, there's a question back there. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for all that you've done for your community. I honor the work that you do. I actually have a local question for our community, and I don't know if it's appropriate if I can ask Justin from Trash Punks, but I am curious to know more about what you are doing in the local community here with your organization. Thank you.
Were you just featured in the San Jose Spotlight?
That might be me.
Okay, yeah, there was just a really cool
It was a positive article. Thank you all so much again for having us here today. And yes, we're doing a lot here in San Jose. I'm born and raised here in San Jose. And in fact, I just want to acknowledge, because I was talking earlier, that actually I'm an Eagle Scout. My Eagle Scout project, thank you. My Eagle Scout project was cleaning up an under-resourced community here in San Jose. And what I just didn't realize after doing the interview was like, wait a second, I'm doing that now. As a nonprofit organization here in San Jose. And so what are we doing here locally? We're cleaning up the streets, creeks, parks, and public spaces here in San Jose through our series of volunteer events. And I do want to acknowledge our council member, Pam Foley, who is a huge supporter, as well as the mayor, in our program and what we do. And yes, we're doing a lot by cleaning up the streets here in San Jose. And we also have expanded out to Santa Clara County. And of course, Kenya. Also, we do host free electronic waste recycling events and another series of events that benefit the community, especially our under-resourced community, which are called free market events. Imagine the capital flea market, but everything is free. So we host those events for our under-resourced communities, and we believe strongly that it starts at the schools. So we also have been doing a series of free assemblies for our youth and for our Title I schools. So that's a long answer to the question, but yes, thank you.
So I have one follow-up question. Why aren't you in Rotary?
I think somebody has to like sponsor us, right, or something to get in here?
You're looking at us.
Hey! There you go. Also, I need to, as you can see, I'm a little busy, so I do need to make some time for that. And as you can tell, I not only volunteer with Trash Punks, but I also volunteer with our local scouts as well. And that's near and dear to my heart. But number one that's important is my family. So I want to make sure that I honor my family and the time that I spend with my little ones.
Makes perfect sense to all of us. Fernando?
Jumbo, Jumbo.
Jumbo, Jumbo.
Could you describe for us the typical day for the women who had to travel to go get water before you put wells in Kenya? How far did they have to travel? And paint a picture for us of what you are saving them from doing.
I have to say this, that I was inspired by my grandmother and my mother, because I'm a firstborn of 17 children in my family. And being a firstborn and a son is something different, because you have to stay at home with your dad to look how he's raising his family. So my grandmother was able to talk with my dad, and I went to school. And going to school was not an easy thing, because I walked to school for about 7 kilometers one way going to school. And sometimes can be longer because you find elephants along the way. And and you have to make different direction. And during that time, I will see my mom walk to the river, about maybe 5 kilometers, also depending what they can find on the way. Walking 5 kilometers, bringing a 20 jerrycan liter, and also putting another one on top of that. And I was going to school, I could not wash my face, I can't clean up myself to go to school. So that is one thing that really inspires me, the two women, my mom and my grandmother. The typical life of a woman there is wake up in the morning, because they wake up around maybe 5 in the morning, milk the cows, try to get in and do something. And she will either use the donkeys, put the donkeys, jerrycan on top of the donkeys, or she uses her bag to go to the river. So they walk, depending on where you live, they can walk up to 14 kilometers, just one way to collect water. And they have to go as a group, because sometimes they have to go very early in the morning, that you have to take care of yourself, you know. So going as a group is more important, because when you talk, you know how the ladies talk. They can make a lot of noise.
Good noise, that is.
Yeah. And when they walk, they can probably clear up the way, because the animal will not be able to come. So that is the typical life of a woman, going to the river, bringing water, coming home, cleaning the houses and cooking for their children, and maybe coming back and then go to the field. Maasai women are very strong. They do a lot of work. They also build houses. So it's really a lot of work for the women. And seeing all those things, that is the typical life of a woman, even a girl growing up. And they also have to create some times to make all the beautiful beads that I'm wearing. It's made by the women. So they have a lot of work, and this is part of, they have to look good. So they also have to make these beads, which takes hours to make. So that is the typical life of a woman in the village. Yeah.
So to say it one other way, 14 kilometers is a little over 8 miles, and when you're talking about 20 liters of water, that's 5 gallons. Every gallon is about 8 pounds, so that's a hell of a lot of weight, just for context for people who might not do that math on their own.
President Karen, Tim Hegstrom.
You're on, Tim.
I just want to make the membership aware that the International Service Committee has worked with Wired International to donate medical supplies for the training of community health workers who go out from Kisumu, where they're trained, to these other villages where the Maasai people are located, to give them information about health care. And it seems like the two most important topics right now are AIDS, HIV, and malaria instruction. And I'm wondering if our speaker could just talk about whether or not we're addressing a need in that area. Is that a problem as he perceives it?
I think health issue is a problem, because malaria is a big thing in our area. There is malaria all around. But I am mostly, Sabore as well, we have not focused on health part. And I know there are some organizations that worked in, we have what we call a mission, which is close to our village, that has been doing a lot of health and also doing, doing research with HIV and AIDS and things like that. But in Kenya, it's more like a hidden thing that people don't talk about it. So if somebody is infected, they never talk about it, or they never disclose it. So it's really hard to tell what is the number of HIV or AIDS that is around. So it's really hard. But we have some of the, we have health hospitals that are around there. But I don't know about the organization that you're talking about, if they are involved in that area. Yeah.
So you gave us a wonderful explanation of what the women do. Now, what do the men do? And is there a difference between what a Maasai warrior would do and what a Maasai man who's not a warrior would do? And is there a distinction there, or are all Maasai's men warriors? And then
no, there's a difference between a Maasai warrior and an elder who graduated. Because a warrior, being a warrior, It takes you between 5 and 7 years out in the jungle being a warrior, where you don't shave your hair, you grow your hair, you put braids, and then being a warrior is still young. You're practicing a few things when you're out there. You're out to protect the community because they are like the army of the community, the soldiers of the community. In case of any intruders, they protect them. They are also learning a few things. They learn how to respect each and every person because respect is a paramount in my community. They also learn traditional herbs. They learn how to be responsible in future. So at the age, after becoming a warrior for 7 years, they have a ceremony that they go through. And then when they go through a ceremony, they become elders. They are being shaped. And for the ordinary man, once you graduate from there, your work is to take care of your family. Cows are the most precious thing. They are our monetary system. So it's what the men are focused on so that they are able to take care of their families, to make sure they have food, they have clothing, and everything. And since we live in a semi-arid area, we tend to move cows from one place to another. We are nomads people. We move from one place to another. So that is the responsibility of the men to take care of cows, goats, and sheep, and making sure that the family have food. So there is a warrior and there is an elder. Warriors are more people who are like teenagers, yeah.
Hi, I have a suggestion as a Rotarian to a fellow Rotarian. Do you actually connect with Rotary International with the grant process that we have in Rotary? And the districts also, like our district, District 5170, has an international grant committee. And it would be good for you to connect with them in order to get involved and get us involved to provide not only money, but possibly a joint project. So Hung Wei is our district governor of District 5170, and I'm just making a recommendation to do more for your plight in Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is a very, very good thing because maybe the San Jose Rotary Club and the Rotary Club of Encarenaro, where I come from, District 9212, is we can become what do you call? Partners. Yeah, partners work together. So I will definitely love to have the information about the Rotary Club, and then we can find a way that we can all cooperate and work together and start a project, a partner project. So thank you so much for suggesting that.
Carl, last question very quickly, please.
Oh, well, this is might not, make it quick. My question will be quick. I get only bad news feeds, and all the news is about all the wars going on in Africa right now. I looked it up, and Kenya is one of the safest countries. What is it about Kenya that all those other countries that are warring right now in Africa don't have or need? Yeah, I'm sure you can do that in 30 seconds.
A quick one, we are very patriotic about our country. We are a developing country. We have many tribes in the country, like I said before, and we all intermarry. Most of them are getting intermarried. So it's not easy for us to have fights. We do have political tension sometimes when it comes to election, but only for a few days, and then everything becomes okay. So Kenya, thank you very much for recommending Kenya. It's one of the safest countries, and you're all welcome because I'm a cultural ambassador. I market Kenya as a tourism destination, so you are all welcome to Kenya.
So the diversity and lack of homogeneity is what leads to some of their success in being peaceful, making sure that they're intermarried and people learn an understanding and appreciation for those who are different. Thank you for that outstanding presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have a little surprise from you from Council Member Pam Foley. Don't go away. Don't go away. We have a surprise. Let me get that away for you.
Wasn't that an inspiring presentation? And truly the partnership with Sabore and Trash Punks really brought tears to my eyes. Trash Punks is a local organization, as you heard. We can all support him locally, but we can also support Sabore's Well internationally. I am proud. I am here as a representative of the San Jose City Council. I represent District 9, and I have along with me Councilmember David Cohen, who's also a Rotarian and council colleague. He represents District 4. We are here and honored to be able to present a commendation to Sabore for his Sabore's Well and for all of the work that you've done. You've already heard about the trash pickup and everything they've done, but we wanted to honor them from the City Council. I'm happy to present you with this commendation from the City of San Jose. Thank you, signed by all the members of the city, including the mayor. And I'd like to present you with this commemorative T-shirt from the City of San Jose. And thank you so much for your work you do. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And maybe we could get. Yes, sure. Sure. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm still figuring out the picture thing. We'll do that afterwards. Thank you for that inspired presentation. In honor of your time, we've made a donation to Loaves and Fishes, which provides food for underserved communities. I'm not sure you heard that, but I'll make sure I stress it at the end. Next week's speaker is going to be Ken Yeager, speaking on gay pride. And now with my final thoughts, I'd like to give a shout out to our Maggie Padavoni, who just gave that excellent recommendation. But I actually received a beautiful email about her and her service this week, and I'd like to read it to you. This is from Tom Gump, who said, I am the aide to Rotary International President for 2024-2025. Stephanie Yurkic. I just wanted you to know that your club member, Maggie, is doing an absolutely wonderful job helping Rotary International President-elect Stephanie and me with our membership efforts on the public image side. We are so blessed to have her. So Maggie, thanks for your service and going above and beyond. A reminder that next week we're going to start 5 minutes early so that we can have our eulogy and a couple of final thoughts. When we talk about my theme, which is We Are Family, and one of the focuses on mental health, which aligns with our current Rotary International president, it's important to understand that our words have power. I know I've mentioned this previously, but I'd like to make a comment about microaggressions. As we're all learning new ways of interacting, there's a lot of terms being talked about that might be misunderstood, and people are reluctant to ask for clarity because they don't want to seem less than or like they lack understanding. A microaggression is something that may seem unimportant to some of you, but that has a deep and negative impact on others. Basically, it impacts our mental health, and we can do interventions, but who can give me an example of a microaggression? So I will give you 3. When you're in a meeting and a woman keeps getting interrupted, but a man doesn't, microaggression. If you look at a person and you say, well, you don't look gay, microaggression. If you consistently mispronounce someone's name and say, it's just too hard for me to learn, microaggression. Those are things we see every day and things that we can easily change. We want to have a positive impact on those that we communicate with. We're Rotarians. We're dedicated at heart to doing well. And so if you see that happening or if it happens to you, it calls for a micro-intervention, which is very diplomatic and very simple. You just say, that's not appropriate. Can you please rephrase that? Or you rephrase that for that person. But when we're all attempting to make sure that our mental health and emotional well-being is strong, we need to pay attention to that. And with my final comment and my final quote, I will talk about the power of the mind. Remember, your brain believes what you tell it, so you need to be careful of the narrative that you weave. So for example, the neural pathways in your brain that govern anxiety also govern excitement. So if you're feeling like you have butterflies, you can go one of 2 ways. You can say, I'm going to fail, I'm so anxious, or you can say, I'm going to shine because nobody knows my topic better than me, and your brain believes what you tell it. And the quote that I am going to share is by an unknown person, but Fernando Zazueta sent me a wonderful list because he knows I love these things. And it is, your mind will always believe everything you tell it. That's something I've always told Charlie. So feed it hope, feed it truth, and feed it love. Let's be kind. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next week.